Okay, listen up. Fleetwood Mac will reunite in 2026. This isn't just rumours, so to speak. Lindsey, Buckingham and Stevie Nicks are pretty much openly telling us it's going to happen. And I'm going to get into it all right now. Hi guys, welcome back. Right, so Fleetwood Mac, let's get into it. Now look, you'll remember back in 2018, the band went and sacked Lindsey Buckingham, because he looked at Stevie Nicks wrong at some awards ceremony or whatever. Now look, that was a disaster for this band. I mean, how dumb can you get? Sacking, the creative force of this band, the musical genius of this group, and you sack him. All because of some dumb interaction with Stevie. The band went on in 2019 to tour again, and then they brought in not one but two people to replace Lindsey. They brought in Neil Finn and Mike Campbell. Now look, you'll probably say most normal punters or, casual fans who just wanted to hear rumours went to that concert and didn't even notice that Lindsey wasn't there. But true fans know he wasn't there, and the dynamic just wasn't the same on stage. Cut forward to 2022 and Christine McVie passes away. So now you've sacked Lindsey and you've lost Christine. That's a gaping hole in this band that you kind of look at it and went, and I said it at the time in videos, it's over. How can they ever come back from this? I mean, Christine's gone, Lindsey's sacked, John McVie's out on some boat somewhere and couldn't give a crap, and Mick will tour whenever you want him to, but in general, it was dead in the water. That was until this week, where things are starting to kind of strike up a little bit here, and there's pure evidence that they are going, and I mean going to reunite in 2026. Make no bones about it. Now, in 1973, before joining the band, we all know that Stevie and Lindsey had their Buckingham Nicks album, and one of the songs on that was Frozen Love. Here's where it gets interesting. This week, separately, both of them posted lyrics from that song on their Instagram pages. Stevie posted "And If You Go Forward," and Lindsey followed up with a post saying, "I'll meet you there." Now, those lyrics are from that song. So, look, they both know what they're doing. She did it, he did it, they know what they're doing. Mick Fleetwood was all over it too, but, he's like, an excited dog. I mean, every time that you throw a little bone to him about Fleetwood Mac returning, it's his band, it bears his name. He's obviously going to get really excited. So Mick Fleetwood was all over this too. But the real key is the fact that Buckingham and Nicks are doing this. Now, look, we're not idiots. We know what's really going on here. They will tour. It is going to happen in 2026. This is just the first little, sniff at it. What really is happening here is it's got to be money. It's money. And that's fine. Most bands are out for the money. I mean, many times have me and Dara gone to see Def Leppard. We always go and see them. I always do a concert review here, or Bryan Adams or whatever. They're not doing it for the good of their health. I mean, they're doing it for more money. And there's no difference here with Fleetwood Mac. The question is what kind of show we're actually going to get. Remember, these people are in their mid to late 70s at this point. Now, it can be done. I've seen the Rolling Stones. It's a great show. And it's not like, they're big mad rockers. This is soft rock, folky rock. So if it's for money, that's fine. But, it'll be interesting to see what the vocals would be like, what the musicianship would be like. There'll probably be a couple of people, as usual, in the back, the people they don't light in the back, playing guitars, doing all that kind of stuff. The important thing here is that as fans, do we want to see this again? With Christine gone, I'm going to say, yeah, I would go and watch this. Christine's gone. I mean, would you bring in a replacement for her? I wouldn't like them to see them bring in a replacement necessarily for Christine. I think, unfortunately, that ship has sailed. I think they could still do it, though, with Mick, with John, with Lindsey, with Stevie. I think they could put on a good show. Simply for the drama alone between Stevie and Lindsey, which has been ongoing now for the 70s. People have bought tickets to see this band for decades. Decades, just based on their drama. Their love affair in the 70s that turned quite nasty in the 80s and 90s. And even up until, like I said, 2018, it was still ongoing. So people would go even just to see that drama on stage. But it would be for one last time. I mean, go out, make your few bucks. It would be good to see them close this chapter, because I don't want to see the chapter being closed with Mike Campbell and Neil Finn. That'd be an awful way to go out. It would be really cool to see Fleetwood Mac just one last time. It's going to happen, folks. And you can expect to see, the marketing ratchet up. What you're seeing now is just a little teaser, a couple of little Instagram posts. The marketing is going to start ratcheting up through the autumn into the winter. And I guarantee you, before this year closes out, there'll be tickets on sale for summer next year. It's definitely going to happen. My question to you guys is, Will you see it? Would you go along and see Fleetwood Mac? Well, you know what? Let me know in the comments. And don't forget to give me a like and a subscribe there as well, will you? Okay, see you again next time. Good luck.